Now that we have mastered the art of working with powers, let's venture to try a little more complex problems that may confuse you, but don't worry. Just remember the main rules and work one step at a time. Here is one. What would you put instead of x in this case? 16 the power of x equals 1 over 16. Well, we see that it needs to get that 16 to the denominator, like flip it. And the rule with that is 16 to the power of negative 1 is equal to 1 over 16, because a negative exponent makes it so you divide by the base. Here's another. 2 to the power of x is equal to 1. What would x be? Well, you may be confused. How can you raise 2 to something to make it less than 2, but not a decimal like we would have done here? Well, the big thing to remember is that anything to the power of 0 is 1. So actually here, x is equal to 0. Now let's take a look at this one to try to simplify it. 3 to the power of negative 2 times 2 to the power of negative 3 divided by 3 to the power of negative 1 times 2 to the power of negative 2. Alright, here you can separately do the base 3 and base 2 because is it getting multiplied? So that works. You can just work with this, work with that, and then together simplify it. So here you go. We can do 3 negative 2 minus the negative 1. This has to do with this portion right here. So we have the negative 2 minus, because we're dividing, this negative 1. And then times 2 to the power of negative 3 minus negative 2. Again, this part is this part. We're just doing this negative 3 minus, because we're dividing, the negative 2. And it's being multiplied because that is what's happening here. We kind of are working with this part, simplifying it, and then working with this part, simplifying it, and then together that is being multiplied, so it works. So you can simplify this further. 3 to the power of negative 2 plus 1 times 2 negative 3 plus 2. Moving on, 3 negative 1 times 2 negative 1. And then remember that rule with the flipping the denominator, like this. And then you can solve it. Here you multiply the top, the numerator, and then you multiply the denominator, and you get 1 over 6.